love the church. And so I always preface whatever I aim to say with that reality, because not all critique is attack.
That's right.
I do think, if I'm thinking just where we are now, I think the church struggles with seeing a call for belonging and inclusion as something that's antithetical to scripture. The idea of diversity as antithetical or a distraction or not what we're called to. I think one of the very first things that comes to mind, given our current climate, is that. And it's been really difficult and kind of gut-wrenching to feel as though all of a sudden there's a demand for a biblical defense of these topics, as if it's not painted throughout scripture up and down, just like concepts of justice are. Just the idea that if I am fearfully and wonderfully made, if I'm made in the image of God, then I am worthy to belong. I'm worthy to be included. And I really felt as though that's just what it was. And so to be face to face with, oh, before we integrate this into our church, or before we integrate this into our faith-based nonprofits ideals, we need to change the language. We need to make sure it lines up to scripture. We need to make sure that it lines up to the heart of God. And I'm like, wow, ouch. It already does. Ow. And so one thing that I've actually been sitting with for the past week specifically is the idea of the image of God, Imago Dei, right? And as I'm looking at it, I thought, how funny is it that Imago Dei spells out DEI? How funny is that? And so it made me sit, when I saw that, it made me sit and look at that. And I'm like, obviously, I'm sure that wasn't God's intention, but the overlaps, I can't help but look at that and think, okay, if this connection was made clear to me just now, how does it connect?